Mm-hmm. How you doing, Kenny?
Sitting back, they're gonna see the face in the bottom.
Oh man.
Could you ask us some questions and stuff? Don't nobody. It's called loving the me.
I see.
I see.
Yeah, I could get online and just like turn my body down.
Blessings. Blessings. Oh God. Hey Omar, how are you? Long time no see here. The kids over here acting a fool. Not gonna be on long at all. Just wanted to check in. Quite a few people were reaching out and sending their love, and so I wanted to check in. Don't normally come in on a Friday, but I know everybody was busy yesterday with Thanksgiving. Hey, daughter, how are you? How are you? We're not going to be on here long. I am not in my normal. So, hey, Tori. Not in my normal surroundings. I'm here with my daughter and son and
Praise the Lord.
my daughters and son. And
All of that?
y'all pray for my daughter, please.
She's tired.
She been up for 2 days trying to cook. Y'all give her just understand tonight, okay?
It's okay, prayer.
It's okay. How was everyone's Thanksgiving?
I'm real loud. Y'all heard that funny?
How was everyone's Thanksgiving? How many of you went to Black Friday shopping?
I did.
I'm trying to hold on to my little bit of composure, guys, because my family is acting up. Daughter, did you cook a lot for Thanksgiving? Crystal. Tori, how was your Thanksgiving? Again, we're not going to be on long tonight. Again, just really wanted to say thank you. Many of you text me, inbox me, commented on my status, and you were very encouraging and wherein we say thank you. We appreciate you. All is well. Just take some getting used to. Still kind of fresh. I guess all of the first for the remaining of this year are going to be kind of interesting for all of us. You know, so used to mommy being here. You know, she left us in March, and here we are only in November. Still kind of fresh when you're used to seeing your mother with you every holiday and talking to her and gleaning. But again, we want, hey, Prophet, how are you? Hey, Saraya, how are you? So I just wanted to, again, check in. We've been talking. I know I came on yesterday. No, I came on Wednesday Eve of Thanksgiving and tried to encourage you all to embrace family and to embrace love and to embrace forgiveness because we're holding on to things that are 10 and 15 years old. And if we haven't learned anything from the pandemic yet, it's shame on us You know, you might be looking at somebody today and tonight they could be gone. They could be on a respirator and never make it back. And you still holding on to something that they probably forgot about. And we as Christians have to do better with that because the Bible tells us that we're supposed to put our gift at the altar when we believe somebody might have an art with us. And it's supposed to stay at that altar until we go and get it right, meaning that you attempt to get it right. And then you can shake the dust off your feet, but not in any other order. And so tonight we wanted to come on and while we're saying our thank yous, just remind you of that in this season that you're taking too much for granted. And many of us, if God would have treated us the way we treated others, we wouldn't even be here after the pandemic. But God has blessed us. Hey, Lawrence, how are you? Um, I know. I'm telling you, it's a different thing when you've lost your mother. I've lost a lot of family members, but thinking that my mother was going to always be here and that she was going to be the one burying me, and it just hits you differently. And so we are used to being strong, and others are used to us being strong, but we hurt just like the next person. We hurt just like the next person. And so it's really important to me. God's really been pressing on me to encourage people to embrace forgiveness in this hour. Whatever it is, it's just not worth you dying and not getting it right. And sometimes getting it right doesn't look like what you're used to. Sometimes getting it right is attempting um, to have the conversation that will lead to forgiveness. Sometimes it's receiving, other times it's not. But as long as you do your part in it, the Bible says you can shake the dust off your feet, but you really do have to do your part. And there's more to it than that. It's not simply like going to them and saying, hey, this happened so many years ago and it really hurt me and I just want to say I forgive you. We're not going back in it. We're not going through the details. You know it happened. You were there with me. So you knew it happened. All I want to say to you right now is that I'd like for us to be able to not just move forward, but to let it go. And the only way we can let it go is in forgiveness. Not to be reminded of it, not the next time something happens, say, oh, I remember, then that means you never forgave me. If every time something happens, you go back to everything that already happened, you never forgave me, you never let it go. We're never going to forget, but we don't have to always make it a part of what we're discussing. And so if I did something to you today, can we deal with what we did today? Don't take me back to 10 years and then come back to today. I'm tired of it. What I want to say to you all is learn how to love who's still here. Learn how to let love back in. Don't let any hurt that has happened to you keep you from allowing love to be a part of your life. It's important. It's imperative, actually, because the Bible says we have to love our neighbor. And guess who our neighbor is? It's not just the person in the house next door, it's our brothers and sisters, however far, however near. Those are our neighbors. And the Bible says we are to love them like we love ourselves. So if you're feeling anything towards them that you wouldn't feel towards yourself, you're already out of order. And so you can't pick and choose which part of the Bible you're going to live by. Either we're going to live by the whole thing or not. Is it easy? No. Is it always something that is the first thing that comes to mind? What would Jesus do? That would be a lie. That would be a lie. If we would just tell the truth, most of us don't call on Jesus until after the fact, after we said what we want to say. And that's not order either. We have to learn not to be reactionary and learn how to be responsive. If you sit back and listen and reevaluate what took place, you'd be able to respond rather than react. Because once you react and say something, you know it can't be retracted, right? You want people to, I don't know if you've come in contact with the type of person, but I have, where they say what they want to say and then that's the end of the discussion. Like, you're not even given an opportunity to voice. And if you do voice, then they're saying you have an attitude or you're trying to flip the script. No, I just want you to know that both of us are in this conversation. It's not one sided. And so I had to listen to you. So what you're going to do is hear me out, whether we agree or not. But we do have to learn how to talk to one another in a way that what we're saying can be received so that it can be processed correctly. We could be mad about something that's really never intended to be offensive. There are some people that are hurt by the way you do something or the way you say something, and they just never spoke on it. And so they're walking around holding on to that while you're going on about your life because you didn't know that the offense had taken place. And so we've got to do better. We've got to do better. We really do have to. Long as you say you forgive right now, I'm telling you, it's not something that's easy to do. I don't want anybody to mistakenly take that for what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm saying it's necessary. There's a difference. It's necessary. And if you are one who say you love God, the Bible says that you're a liar if you don't like your brother or sister and you love God. He said it. He said you're a liar. He said, because how you going to love me who you never see and hate somebody you can live with and get to see every day? You're a liar. That's Bible. I know people say I'm quick to call you a liar, but that's word. It says you're a liar. And so we have to be careful. Those of us who say we love God, those of us who say we are a child of God, those of us who walking around with titles that we're not even learning how to work properly, all of us. I never exempt myself from any situation because there, but for the grace of God, go I. You never know um, what you've done to somebody until they tell you. Um, Sometimes you'd be shocked and you'd be like, oh my God, I didn't even realize. Like, I was just, what I meant was this. I never knew you would take it like that. But, that's what happens when we're not sensitive to those who we're dealing with. So, in this time of Thanksgiving, in this time as we prepare for Christmas, because Thanksgiving going to be over tomorrow and we're going to be hearing Christmas songs and movies and everything else. Nobody gives you time to celebrate anymore. We go right into Hanukkah, the day after Christmas, So, what I would like for you to do is really try to do that and ask God to help you to forgive. Help you to forgive. There are people dead and gone, and you're still carrying in your heart what they did to you. That's not healthy for you. And you'll find out that it'll start making you sick because unforgiveness affects different parts of your body, believe it or not. You can ask any nutritional person, any doctor, and they will tell you the same thing. And so a lot of people, you know, I didn't expect to have a lot of people stay with me when they came on tonight because I'm telling you, you need to look at yourself. If I was talking about someone else, then everybody would be here. We're waiting to see how they can go spread the news that I was talking about somebody else. But tonight, I want to talk about you. I want to talk about ourselves, me included. This is what we need to do. And so we sit around and we talk and we chat and we eat each other's food. And then before tomorrow gets here, we're already talking about them. That's very hypocritical. It's very hypocritical. I think that um, we should learn how to do better. We should learn how to do better. So I didn't come on, like I said, I didn't come on to stay on tonight. This is not our normal loving the me I see chat where I'm talking about how can I cover you when I can't cover me. We're going to pick that conversation back up. But today, I really just wanted to encourage you to embrace family, to embrace love, to embrace forgiveness. This is the time to do that. We had a whole year and a half away from folk, and it is a sin against God to come back out of a year and a half of being by yourself to still be mean and evil. It behooves us to pay attention to what's happening. And so now that we've had this opportunity during the pandemic to learn who we ought to be better people now that we're dealing with other folk. We've been waiting for that time to go back into a public. We've been waiting for that time to go back to church. We've been waiting for that time. And now that God has afforded us that time, we acting like we ain't got good sense. And that's not good. It's just not good. I hope that a person forgive me if I hurt them.